F1 Canadian Grand Prix 2022 result: Verstappen holds off Sainz to claim his first Montreal victory as Perez retires. Red Bull's Max Verstappen claimed his sixth win of the 2022 F1 season to extend his lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship. 2022 Canadian Grand Prix results: how many times has Max Verstappen won the Canadian Grand Prix? How many podium finishes has Lewis Hamilton had in 2022? How many places did Charles Leclerc make up at the Canadian Grand Prix? Formula One Drivers' Championship standings after Canada. 2022 F1 Canadian Grand Prix as it happened, commentary and highlights. Lap 60, Leclerc is up to P6 at the expense of Alonso as his Ferrari teammate Sainz continues his assault for the race lead. The Brit shut the door on him big time there. It's worthwhile remembering that he hasn't pit yet mind as Sainz gets past Alonso to move back into P2 at the front of the race. With a World Championship still to fight for, he'll be hoping to perhaps sneak into the top 5 as a realistic ambition, although the Canadian GP does have a reputation for throwing up some shocks. 30 minutes to lights out. Speaking of Fernando Alonso, the 40-year-old Spaniard managed to wrestle his Alpine up into P2 yesterday in qualifying, a phenomenal result for the French team and the former two-time world champion. As a result, the Dutch driver opened up a sizable lead at the top of the World Drivers' Championship, with teammate Sergio Perez moving above Leclerc into second spot after picking up his fifth top 2 finish across the past 6 races in Baku last weekend. Canadian Grand Prix 2022 starting grid. Full starting grid lineup for the F1 Canadian Grand Prix. What time does the Canadian Grand Prix race start today? Start time: 2 p.m. local time, 7 p.m. British Summer Time, 2 p.m. ET, 4 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. How to watch the 2022 Canadian Grand Prix. USA, the ESPN family of networks will broadcast all 2022 F1 races in the United States using Sky Sports feed, with select races airing on ABC later in the season.